So I have a couple of questions. For the people who have read the source material for Grimoire of Zero, is this an accurate representation of the source material, or is it close? Or is the anime feeling completely different than what you read in the light novel, I believe is what it's based off of? Because I really, at this point, we're 4 weeks in, I don't know what type of series this is. Because the first episode set itself up to almost be like the sort of adventure series, episode 2 and 3, almost felt more, I guess, slice of life. Like this just straight up felt like a romance slice of life. I have no idea what type of series this is. Like, episode 4 was enjoyable, but watching the episode, I was questioning, like, is this just a series that is just like, we explore different towns, maybe one-off like adventures every so often, while Zero and Mercenary himself grow to have some sort of like, sexual relationship? Like, what is this series? Because in all the anime that I've watched in recent years, this is the one that's, I can't figure out what it is. And it's not a bad series, it's enjoyable, but I have no idea what it's trying to go for. The one thing I do appreciate is at least this episode, we get the montage of them walking and exploring, unlike with last week where they completely just left that all out and then just immediately progress their relationship and how everyone's getting along. So I do appreciate with this episode, we at least get to see it, or we get to have like kind of like a slideshow of it at least, so we get a better idea of how everyone is growing this week. So that is an improvement of last week, but still, it's a matter of like, what is this series? Because I honestly have no idea. Like, the biggest thing too is like the way the episode ends, it's such a dramatic tone shift of like, it was completely like slice of life comedy romance kind of like vibes, and then immediately, oh yeah, the town's burning alive. It's just like, it was the most drastic tone shift, and I really have no idea what it's trying to go for. But the episode at the core, it was fun. Like, I had fun watching it, and there was a couple of moments in the episode that did make me laugh, like how when Zero is talking with Mercenary and she doesn't know what a kiss is, and she more or less says, is that what you do when you put your lips on the phallus of a demon, pretty much saying, is that what you do when you give a demon a blowjob? And it's just like, that's pretty funny. There was a couple of moments that did make me laugh. I did think it was kind of funny, like how, you know, they're making fun of Mercenary with his fur being all like wet so he doesn't look as ferocious. And there was some cool little moments like seeing the different uses of magic and things like that. And it was just really cementing the idea that Mercenary and Zero are going to have some sort of relationship by the end of the series. If you ever see in the anime, who knows, because this is only going to be 12 episodes. But they also did progress, you know, the other kid there, I forget his name, but at least you understand why Mercenary is slowly accepting him more than he originally did by the end of the episode, letting him sleep like next to him, not just throw him away like he always did. So there was a bit of progression. I did at least like enjoy seeing how people are getting along better and things like that, because last week's episode was atrocious with that, just literally skipping multiple chapters, multiple episodes, and just saying everyone gets along. So how they're getting along in this episode, it feels much more believable because we did get to see the montage of all their days walking and things like that. But it's very, very weird because I have no idea what the series is, and it seems like next week's episode is going to be more thriller suspense, and then it's probably going to shift back to comedy. Like, I don't exactly know what the series is trying to be, and I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, it's an enjoyable series, but I really need to know from someone who read the source material, is this how it was wrote in the light novel, or is this completely different? Does it feel like they're rushing things, they feel like they're skipping things, or is this exactly how it is in the light novel and you just like that? Like, I thought overall it was a fun episode, but it just leaves me questioning, what am I watching? Like, what was happening in this episode? Like, what is going on with this series, and what does it truly want to be by the end? It's gonna be interesting to see where the series ends up by episode 12, because at this moment, each episode kind of feels like a different series, just with the same characters. It's gonna be interesting to see where episode 5 goes next week. I will say the ending of this episode does leave me very interested to see what happened to this village, and, you know, who's gonna be alive, because it does seem like a lot of people were burned, probably by magic, if I had to guess anything that happened there. And there was a couple of moments like how, like, Zero herself in this episode kind of is letting different humans see him as a good person, like when he is like putting on this cream to this little girl's foot who literally got attacked by a beast fallen. Zero under the cover like kind of heals with magic, but lets Mercenary, you know, take the credit for it, so it makes him look like a good beast fallen. There is a couple of moments throughout this episode that I really did enjoy with the character dynamics. It's just very weird, and I'm not sure what the series is trying to be, but we'll see where it heads next week. I mean, I'm really excited to see what happened to that village, and ultimately if it's going to take up the full next episode, or if it's just going to be like a 5-minute thing before they start venturing again. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below on this episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you think it's just okay? Let me know your thoughts, and be sure to hit that like button to share your support. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.